How you doing, judges of 2023? My name is Richard Watson. I'm here with my partner Hannah Sams, and we present Submarine Sea Glide.
So our Sea Glide was designed basically just our personal Sea Glide was designed to measure the salinity of water to make sure that it was habitable for marine life. Sorry, make sure it was habitable for marine life and to clean the waters, the rivers, just any large bodies of water of sea pollution that's really devastating our marine environment.
How are we proposing to solve that problem? We are trying to solve our problem by designing a code that will be able to observe the ocean of pollution and design a code that will measure salinity. So basically, we're gonna install a camera to go inside the ocean and observe the ocean, see any trash, and get sea cleaners to go in the ocean and clean it out wherever trash is, and measure the amount of salt that's in the water by developing a code.
Um, Here is the cameras that we were going to use for our project. This is the purple one, and this is the orange one that we're supposed to use. So far, well, at the end of our project, we accomplished building the Sea Glide. We had to take some things apart, of course, in order to get some other things working, and unfortunately, it didn't work. But we accomplished building the Sea Glide. Uploaded the code as well to make the pump work. We also got the motors to move for our Sea Glide, and we also got a perfect stable build for our Sea Glide just to work just as basically a vehicle under the water, because the regular Sea Glide was only just a bottle. Let's see if I can describe it. The regular Sea Glide was just a bottle with wings attached to it that only made it sink and float. So in our Sea Glide, I will show you in the pictures, and I'll show you in the video as well. Our Sea Glide was able to move throughout the water, left, right, and while going up and down. So that's what type of advanced parts that we added to our Sea Glide. Here's our meeting notes. As you can see, we started officially working on the project on the 14th of November of last year. There was just a lot of classwork we just had to work on, getting the code updated, how to figure out how to code it properly. Then there was a soldering part, which was a lot. It took a lot of time to do. That's all the stuff on the left side. And then on the right side, you see we just have just our attendance and just what stuff that we got done day by day. And then all the way at the bottom, you'll see what we actually completed and what we didn't get to complete. Unfortunately, we didn't get this full Sea Glide to work. Right earlier we was talking about the experiments. So we got the submarine, we got the motors to work under the water. We also got the waterproof the water, which is pretty cool. We added some saran wrap and a lot of tape. Like I said, I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. But we added saran wrap and a lot of tape to the motors and a lot of rubber bands to hold it all together. And we figured out that that was an easy way for no water to go inside the motors, and it worked perfectly fine. We got the code to work. Richard actually did a good job on the code. He did all the code and stuff. I just did the solder and all that. But yeah, he got the code to work, and the submarine was working, but unfortunately it just stopped working after a little bit. But and we also got the pump to work. Richard, can you get the pump right there? Um, we got this pump to work as well. The water comes in through here and it pushes the waters out. And we got this to work for a little bit of time, but it stopped working, unfortunately.
Yeah, our project results. Our project failed. Everything was working smoothly, but somehow it just failed out of nowhere. We made most of the attempts to make it work, but it did not happen. If we had more time, we would try to look more deeply to find what the problem was or what happened to our project. So we was running out of time to figure out what was the problem. The problem was, and we had multiple other steps that we needed to complete. by the time STEM fair come. So,
Uh-huh.
so this is the result of the submarine sea glide.
That's good.
Our future innovations.
I know that.
Uh,
So, so the future for our project, we seen that before we figured out that the coding was just a lot. It was a lot to try to memorize, try to upload onto the stuff, onto the Arduino. It was a lot. So for the future, we would recommend that there would be that we can add a easier and more effective code. That way, all you have to do is just put just a couple, clicks of a button or whatever, however rich you do it, I don't know, but yeah, just make it easier just to upload it. And we will also want to use some better materials for the CGLAD. Like I said in the picture, I'm gonna show you the picture soon. But as you can see on the side, we had to use wooden sticks in order to hold the motors together. Which at first it wasn't working. Because we had to hot glue it onto the bottle. But then we had to realize that we had to use zip ties and electrical tape and all that other stuff, which was just adding on just stuff just to make the wood more wet. And at the end of the day, we had to keep changing them out because they kept breaking. And for the motors, we at first we had started to use this motor. This is from an old drone part. It was working. It was working, but we had to figure out how to solder them in, and we didn't have enough power source to make the motors work fully. These things spin to like 60 miles an hour.
we needed more voltage.
Yeah, we needed more voltage, but we couldn't get it out of obviously a 10-volt battery. So that's why we had to go with the small design that you will see soon. Yep, there's a pictures.
These are pictures where we show a part where the Arduino board, right here, the code was failing. You couldn't get that to work. This shows another part, actually right here, of our design that we made. Kenneth installed the motors, and shows how he waterproofed them. Try to waterproof the motor so it go in the water effectively. He showed the build where he taped it on, to clip it on. So he did a very great job with that.
We were also going to add like this right here was the box. This right here was the cable for the tether. So we were going to extend this cable a lot more so that this part can just go into the water and this sticks up. We were like going to attach it to a floating box with the batteries in it. But unfortunately, we couldn't get that far because the Arduino board just messed up. If you look in the bottom right, you can see that on the left side of the Arduino, it's a yellow box, but on the right side, it's a black box. That's because when we were trying to get it to work, and it just fizzed up and like kind of caught on fire on us. So yeah, we just ran out of ideas, and we just couldn't get it to work properly and just the way we wanted it to work. We got a cool model though, so we got something nice to present to the judges, but unfortunately we just couldn't get the whole thing to work due to just time running out and just the Arduino just failing on us.
So we would like to give a big shout out to Mr. Stumble for helping us with our project. He helped us with a lot actually. We know we nagged him a lot, trying to find out problems and stuff. And he stayed calm, cool, and collected while he was trying to help us. So big thanks to him.
Yeah, our project was fun. Even though we didn't get it to work a lot, I think me and Richard just had a lot of fun working on the project. A lot of hands-on stuff, a lot of soldering, which was very fun. A lot of electrical sparks and all that, which was fun as well. Even though Richard almost got his face blown off, but besides that, it was still fun. And yeah, like Richard said, we just want to thank Mr. Stemble for just helping us with the project. Even though, like I said, we didn't get it to work, we still had a lot of fun and we had a lot of time thinking about different career interests because of our project. So yeah, again, just thank you, Mr. Stemble, for helping us with the project. And want to thank you, judges, for allowing us to present our project. Again, I'm Hannah Samuels.
Richard Wagner.
And this is the CGLAD project.